Alright folks, gear up for some wild Cajun family drama. Gambit's family tree is nothing short of a racy daily soap, filled with twists and turns. Love, betrayal, rivalry, you name it, it's all there, entangled into the lineage of our disputed hero. Add some geneticist drama and the rest of the X-Men gang, and you have the perfect recipe for a perfect roller coaster ride. Before we get into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us, it means a lot. Thank you. Let's begin. Gambit. Let's begin this journey by exploring our favorite mutant's life story. Born as Remy LeBeau in New Orleans, Gambit was kidnapped by the Thieves Guild at an early age. The boy soon picked up all the tricks of the trade and rose to the top. What made him special, though, were the mutant powers in the Marvel Comics. The fundamentals of his powers were the skills to manipulate kinetic energy. It allowed him to charge objects like playing cards, turning them into explosives. During his time as one of Apocalypse's horsemen and a member of the X-Men army, he made excellent use of his abilities as a prime mutant character. He even turned trainer for Wolverine's X-23, a young mutant clone. Hold on guys, what is a story without some romance? Gambit soon fell in love with Rogue, a fellow X-Man, whose touch could absorb other mutants' powers. Talk about rocky love stories, right? Gambit and Rogue ultimately tied the knot and went honeymooning in space. Gambit's life has never been a bed of roses. Difficult past, fallout with the X-Men, fighting for his love, he's always been an unpredictable character who somehow makes it. Hero or anti-hero, Gambit's life is sure one heck of a ride. Jean-Luc LeBeau, adoptive father. Jean-Luc LeBeau of New Orleans is the commander of the Thieves Guild and the adoptive father of Gambit, with his cunning and infamous thievery abilities. He was a perfect fit to lead the team. Sure, he didn't have any superpowers, but his captivating personality and unwavering loyalty claimed appreciation and fear from the pack. Despite being a criminal, Jean-Luc LeBeau had a great fondness for Gambit. He decided to adopt Gambit upon realizing his innate potential to be a thief, after Gambit dexterously picked his pocket. Moreover, Gambit, while time traveling, saved a young Jean-Luc during the conflict with Kandra, and in order to keep the timeline stable, he adopted Gambit. Jean-Luc raised him with lessons on how to survive in the superhuman world, and training him to fight with a bow staff. Quirky father-son relationship, right guys? In the Marvel Universe, Jean-Luc's ties to the Guild, his motives, and murky morality have undoubtedly generated much discussion. His influence on Gambit's life has had a profound effect on how our mutant views evil and heroism. Belladonna Bordeaux, ex-wife. Gambit and Belladonna Bordeaux's first meeting as kids led to a deep, fast friendship, completely ignorant of the shimmering tension between their packs, the Thieves Guild and Assassins Guild. Their childlike connection was gradually overwhelmed by mounting family tensions. In a bid to combine their families and establish peace amongst them, both fathers decided to marry their children. This actually increased frustrations, leading to Remy's killing of Bella's brother, Julien Bordeaux, in a bitter fight that started from greed and guild politics. Remy lost New Orleans after winning his fights against his enemies. Belladonna then turned for help against the Brood, who posed danger on both her and him. However, it's danger that brought them back together and eventually led to Belladonna's seeming demise, which left Remy heartbroken. The fate of Belladonna changed when she survived miraculously, but lost her memory, including about Remy or anything to do with him in her past life. But the irony of this situation brought into an already stormy relationship another portion of sadness, thus making Remy lose her one more time. Their separation and reunion was frequent throughout their relationship, whereas Belladonna's struggle with amnesia and self-identity became a stumbling block for happiness. Even as Belladonna was going forward, she still loved Remy despite attempting to position herself within the Guild's hierarchy. This involved fighting against prominent enemies like Deadpool, and becoming allies with characters such as Kandra, hence causing it to infuse with Gambit's story in unexpected yet often tragic ways, thus adding more spice and mystery to their shared past. Kandra granted Bella some formidable powers, such as astral projection and environmental manipulation. Additionally, Bella can emit powerful plasma blasts. She's also highly skilled in assassination, as well as combat, being a supernatural being from the Assassins Guild. That way, the character combines all these traits, which make her very formidable toward any antagonist within the Marvel Universe. Henry LeBeau, adopted brother. Gambit's adopted brother Henry LeBeau first appeared in Marvel Comics in 1993 and has since been a major player within the Thieves Guild. He was married to Mercy, Gambit's adoptive sister-in-law. Henry is depicted as an influential and wise leader in the Guild, who's respected because of his mightiness, cleverness, and intelligence. He was known for his vast knowledge of security systems and how to bypass them. At a young age, he took Gambit under his wing, raised him in the customs of the Thieves Guild, and imparted valuable knowledge and skills to him. To secure his position among the Thieves Guild, Henry sponsored Gambit and even accompanied him on a mission to get a pendant from Genevieve d'Arsenault. Here, they were confronted by Sabretooth, who became Henry's longtime foe. Henry died at the hands of the Assassin's Guild, from whom Gambit vowed revenge. In various storylines set within the Marvel Universe, Henry has guided and mentored Gambit, making him grow into that character that he is today. He serves as a moral compass for Gambit, his voice guiding him through life as he navigates through this ever-changing landscape of mutants and heroes. Kandra Patron. Marvel Comics character Kandra, alias Benefactress, is a significant character in the Gambit series of Marvel Comics, which was made possible by his interactions with her because they are both members of the Thieves Guild. As a mutant, Kandra is immortal and possesses exceptional skills such as telekinesis, as well as other psionic abilities. She's also one of the Externals. Gambit has a complex relationship with Kandra. There have been instances where she acted as an ally or an opponent to him, their interactions being driven by mutual self-interest and competing priorities. They also had a brief fling which came to an end once their business was done. Kandra has had a long history with the Guild, and she has been dominating its affairs for ages, leading into conflicts and power struggles between Gambit and her. Moreover, Gambit's journey has been interwoven with Kandra, especially regarding his mutant powers and search for redemption. She gave Gambit chances of gaining authority, but these were coupled with uncertainties as well as ethical considerations that he must pass through. In total, Kandra's relationship with Gambit is a combination of manipulation and fighting between them. Rogue, love interest. Rogue, also known as Anna Marie, is a fascinating character in Marvel Comics. She first appeared in 1981. She began as a member of the Evil Brotherhood of Mutants, but then moved on to join the X-Men. Rogue's unique mutant ability sets her apart from other mutants. She can drain memories, skills, even the life force itself from anyone she touches. Nonetheless, this talent comes at a great price to her, because it makes her unable to touch people physically without hurting them. One unforgettable series for Rogue was when she absorbed Ms. Marvel, aka Carol Danvers' powers and memories, which gave Rogue permanent super strength and flight. Her southern grace, wit, and fierce determination has won over fans for years. Rogue even absorbed Belladonna's memories while she was in a coma, which made Belladonna her bitter enemy. Rogue and Gambit, or Romy as their fans refer to them, is one of the most well-known couples in the Marvel Universe. First, they met in X-Men, when their initial interaction marked by Gambit's flirtation and Rogue's inability to touch others without taking their memories as well as acquiring their abilities. Nonetheless, a deep bond began between them. Their relationship is characterized through its stormy nature. Nonetheless, through joint experiences and unwavering loyalty to one another, Rogue and Gambit have repeatedly demonstrated that they are better off together than separate. The wedding took place in the X-Men Gold series that came out in 2018. Fans who had followed their tumultuous love story over time celebrated the long-awaited event. After getting married elsewhere, Rogue and Gambit have appeared in various comic books, often presented as a couple handling ordinary aspects of life together, some dealing with extraordinary situations. Becca Raven, daughter. Rebecca LeBeau, sometimes known as Becca or Ray, is the daughter of Rogue and Gambit in several Marvel Comics tales. In one of the storylines, Mr. Sinister abducted Rebecca, her brother Olivier, and a number of other Xavier Institute students. She became the only line between her broken father and brother in the new adolescent timelines. But by then, Ray was an adult, had brought her family back together, and had joined the Xavier Institute. Her father Gambit, who lavished her with love, and she had a unique bond that made her practically a princess of the New Orleans Thieves Guild. Ray and Rogue's mother had a distant relationship that was maintained. Being an Omega-level mutant, Becca has enhanced kinetic-based abilities similar to those of her father. She can change energy forms from potential to kinetic, and can either keep it contained or use it for explosion. Consequently, she has the power to bring about destructive shockwaves. She also mastered unprecedented speed, stamina, flying, and automatic cellular regeneration to heal quickly. Becca is also an ever-ready vigilant and skilled in using a bow staff. Like father, like daughter. Olivier Raven, son. Son of Remy LeBeau and Anna Raven, Olivier Raven LeBeau acquired both his mother's ability of mutation and his father's allure with his sparkling eyes and a patch of white hair. He received training in Savant to become a skilled thief. Sinister abducted Olivier, along with the Summers Frost family. After his mother's tragic death, he grew distant from Gambit and never forgave him. After that, he met Megan and fell in love, but Olivier was never able to accept that he had telepathic abilities. He made the decision to remain at the Xavier Institute, casting him as the family's black sheep. He established G-Next, a group that beat Shadow X and contributed in taking down Kalima. However, in the end, he reconciled with his family. Olivier possesses a special kind of mutant ability, whereby he physically takes the life force from other living beings. He gains access to their memories, superhuman abilities, and physical prowess. Nevertheless, he lacks control over it and can hardly ever use it. He can fly swiftly and has strong telepathic abilities. Olivier also inherited his father's hypnotic abilities, which allow him to coerce people into conforming to his beliefs. Nevertheless, because of his inexperience, he hardly ever uses it. Gambit also trained him in martial arts since childhood. Marvelous verdict. Exploring Gambit's family tree is like taking a trip into the swampy streams of Louisiana. His connection with the Crooked Guild and membership in X-Men, marked by enigmatic displays of mutant powers, is surely a treat. Gambit's relatives possessing their unique abilities, along with his romantic endeavors, will surely get you to grab some popcorn. But hey, let's talk about the biggest riddle of our mutant, his birth parents. Who were they? How did Gambit possess superhuman powers in the first place? These questions still loom in the dark, and are probably what imparts Gambit with his mysterious aura, making us all wonder about him. Indeed, a great family history to unravel. If you liked our content, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to us if you haven't already. Have a good one and be safe. Thanks, everyone!
But I like high stakes.